name is Mariana Graça and I am the founder of MG Advisory Limited. Getting investment can often be seen as the route to take your business to the next level. But are you ready for it? Are you able to demonstrate that what you do is commercially viable and will bring back value to an investor? In this Growth Bite, we will speak about what investment readiness looks like. Firstly, understand your own business needs. What stage of maturity is your business? Are you at seed stage, early stage? Are you at a growth stage? Are you pre or post revenue? And also, what exactly are you using this funding for? Now, all of these may seem like very straightforward questions, but as the business evolves and you pivot, so do its financial needs. I would say that don't be pushed to provide equity stakes in your business or be riddled with debt. If you're still creating value without external sources of financing, keep pushing. Know your stage. Secondly, what kind of investors should you be approaching? It can be quite overwhelming to navigate all the types of investors and different sources of capital that exist in the market. From seed to VC, Series A, B, C, equity, grant, debt, IPOs, impact investors. But knowing these terms will really make or break your raise. Coming too late or too early to the wrong investor for your business stage can leave you without an investment, or maybe with the wrong investor, and you'll pay a heavy price later. There are pros and cons to different types of capital. Let's take, for example, traditional debt. You are not giving out any stakes in the business, so you are pretty much making all the decisions and the profits are also yours. However, you have to meet the monthly or quarterly service repayments. Doesn't really matter how well or badly your business is doing. But with equity, you give out a stake, but have a little bit more flexibility with the profit distribution. You'll find out that some investors also have particular restrictions that hasn't really have anything to do with the stage of growth of your business or even the type of capital that you require, but more how the investor is set up and what they're incentivized or able to invest in. Let's say, for example, some investors are only able to provide finance to specific legal structures. So maybe they wouldn't be able to provide any type of finance to a social enterprise. By another token, there are funds that are closed-ended. So they have a specific time frame and a specific objective in terms of return that may not match your sector, your product, your service, if you need, for example, more patient capital. So now you know your investment needs, you have researched the investor market, you understand why and how they do what they do, and maybe picked up a handful of investors that you will follow through with. Unfortunately, the work starts now. There are a few documents that you will have to present. There is a whole investment process, including due diligence, that you will have to partake in. So make sure that you document everything about your business. Keep hard and soft copies of these important documents in an organized manner and readily available. This will give you the best chance to get that funding. I would recommend perhaps a data room so that you're not looking through emails, trying to get through folders every time your potential investor asks you for something. Similarly, be realistic about the capital raise timeline. It can take anything from 4 to 12 months to finish your capital raise, depending on the type of instrument and on the type of investor. But that means How will you keep the business afloat? How will you be able to manage it? How will you be able to drive this process forward within that timeline? You need to plan accordingly. We're going to focus on specific 3 key issues, which are important for all types of raises, but particularly important if you're in a startup phase. This is what your investors will be looking for. Your value proposition. Learn to articulate it and keep it simple. Just think about it from the investor's perspective. What they are trying to assess is this an efficient use of my capital? So in a very succinct way, you need to explain why would users or buyers be compelled to buy or use your product or service. And in the same way, how straightforward would it be to bring or maintain that product or service into the market? Team. Key to investing in startups, it's really the people. If you think about it, you're either doing something disruptive or have no significant sort of trading experience within the business at startup level. So a lot of the forecasts, what they really are assumptions. The investors are betting on the team, on you, on its leadership. So you need to demonstrate that there are the skills and experience within your team to take this business forward. And where there are gaps, that you have a plan to tackle them. I would say that setting up a basic governance structure is also very important. It needs to ensure that the business doesn't just rely on you, that you have a team of advisors, a board. Finally, how well do you know your numbers? Now, if you don't come from a finance background, sometimes this part can bring a little bit of anxiety. But again, keep it simple. Place yourself in the investor's mindset. What is your question here? How will I make my money back? What's my exit strategy? So simply what the financials need to provide is with a sense that you will be able to repay a loan or be able to provide a return for an equity investment. Historic figures give a bit of a sense of how well you performed to date, but also are the base for a comparison of your assumptions and how sustainable your projections are. Here, depending on the type of capital that you're raising, is valuation. A couple of thoughts. Prepare yourself with the mindset that 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing, as they say. So if the investor is proactive, well-connected, will help you grow your business, make money, have that thought in mind when any negotiation comes forward. But similarly, do not partner with an investor whose mission and vision doesn't align with yours. As we mentioned before, particularly in equity, they will drive a lot of your strategy. So if your goals are not the same, your business might not head in the right direction. I hope this helps you in being ready to tackle your capital raise. Good luck.